Welcome to the jungle. Here we are at turn 14. I think that's where we last stopped. We're gonna we're in the tail end of expansion here, and the war is not gonna start for another 10 or so turns. So in this episode, what I'm gonna do is summarize the backfilling I'm doing with provinces. We have about 20 provinces now, but if we get the lakes and we backfill, we'll have about 24. Also counting the caves here, which are contested with Scalaria, and that's going to be very nice. As I said before, you can play this nation without building any forts, essentially, because of all the foreign recruit it has. But it's some forts are nice and for defensive purposes. And when you get one, for example, this province, Oak Beach here, it's a farmlands with mountains. It has a nice income, 131, and it's right on my northern border with a triple border between me, Pythium, and Asphodel. So this is it's a good place for a fort to allow me to project power here, and I'm gonna want it. But I'm saving money with all I'm doing, so I'm not starting right away. But I already have one leftover cub mother here waiting, and I'm building the temple right away. I popped up the fence here, so it gets very unlikely that Indies will take the province from me. In terms of research, we got alteration up to 3. Don't, what's good about it right here is Moss Body that we can cast natively with our Wolf Clan. And then I already have enchantment up to 2. Although to be honest, looking back at it there's really no benefit. I probably should have skipped this because I'm not seeing anything here that's gonna give me an advantage right away. Although Revive King is very nice to get a commander that can lead undead. And we're getting evocation to have some for our mages to be able to support better our armies, right? Because right now we basically have moss body and not very good spells with the other mages. And after that, the plan is conjuration up to 3. This will allow us to be able to summon some stuff in case our recruitment with gold is not necessary. Get our national one of our national spells here, Sloth of Bears. It's all right. It's a lot of bears, and they're pretty strong, but they do suffer from being animals, which can be an advantage too early in the game. And then Thaumaturgy here too. I was looking at it again, and I don't really see the point. I like to get Conjuration and Thaumaturgy up to 4 because you can start getting the spells that allow you to remote site search, and I like to site search as early as possible. But this is one mistake I often make in the games. I don't focus the research on what I really need. I look at a path and say, "Oh, it's so cheap. I'll just get the first 2 levels." But if you get nothing out of it, even though it's very cheap, it's better to focus on something else. And then construction, of course, for items and boosters. We are already preparing to take the lakes. Luckily, I have an Ictid province here. Um, Using all the resources to recruit the Ictid warrior, who has some protection, even though he doesn't have the net. I feel like it's going to be better for taking out the turtle tribe here. I have my meteorite card with the trader prince that I got from an event. These units are great. And we have 40 Ictids here. Luckily, too, I have a Merman provinces. The Merman is not very good at all. 1 protection, At least has poison in his spear, it's something, but all the other stats are either normal or below average. But yeah, this will allow us to get this lake. We got Bakemono provinces here in the mountains, and although our foreign recruit is very good and I can get archers, crocodile archers if I want, in mountains, these are so cheap. 7 gold, -2, yeah, 5 gold. 5 gold for an archer that's just a little weaker because he has the same weapon as a normal archer. I think it's very worth it, even though they're undisciplined. But they do have dark vision, they're stealthy as well, and the dark vision can help in the caves here. Speaking of the caves, where I'm expanding here is to this Zot province. I have our Crow Clan archers and the Bakemono archers here, a few Bear Clan and a few Nidpatheds. And what I decide to do is to don't bring the range to fight the Zots because they're not going to be very good. And since the Zots are going to fly on us, they're going to take a lot of unnecessary damages. You don't want the Zots to make contact on your range. So, and I have enough here that I don't need them. So since I have the Nidhursi and the Kolo Clan archers are stealth, the Bakemono archers are stealth too, I can just take them to the next province where I'm gonna want to use them, cavemen. And this is the script we have for the Zots. The Bear Clans I can't control, they're undisciplined. So the idea here is that the concern you have with Zots is they get lucky, jump your commander, and then you lose the commander. And even though you could win the battle with the troops you have because they're very weak, you end up routing. So it's good to blob your units around the commander. And I can put the Nitpatheds on hold and attack closes, but the Bear Clan I can control, so they go a little further back. Uh, so when the Zots do jump in, they're gonna jump in these units and not on my commander. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's great. The commander was protected. They jumped on the Bear Clan, which should do really well. And that's it. Very quick. They're already routed. +2 Bear Clan to 30 Zots. That's acceptable, I think. Turn 15, we're building our lab in Oak Beach. We decided not to start building the palisades we want here yet, but the commander's here waiting. Having a lab and a temple allows us to start recruiting our foreign recruit mages. So it's nice to do that in that order here. We have the opportunity to check on Asphodel because I have been scouting. I'm scouting, one, to keep an eye on my neighbors and checking provinces I want. For example, I want this throne, but also to clear the fog of war. This map was made with fog of war on, and I think it's nice. And I'm trying to clear it as fast as possible. But let's check out what Asphodel took to take this throne. It's a throne with a lot of vine ogres, a lot of elephant riders, a Natin. What mages do we have here? We have a couple of enchantress. Yeah, a tough throne. They're bringing their Pangea type sacreds. Reminder on the blast. So fire resistance, defense skill, blood surge, righteous wrath, awareness. This is tough, and it's pretty scary, you know, you have to deal with Asphodel if you want to win the game. But yeah, they lose 13 Black Centaurs, which is not insignificant, but they do take this throne. In our capital, we don't have the money yet to start recruiting the pro clans. 490 gold's expensive, but we're getting a wolf clan and maxing out our Nitbatad recruitments with the holy points we have. We're also attacking on Nethermark here on the west of our capital. We take advantage of our scrying dominion, so you know there are exactly 77 units, light infantry, crossbowmen, and heavy infantry. We are bringing our sacreds, our bear clan, and we have some bear cubs, which I can give orders to, hold an attack closest on the two squads there, led by a cub mothers. And same deal, the bear clans are offset, and the idea they'll make the contact at the same time. If they get there a little bit before, it's okay, because I'll rather lose them than lose the sacreds. And let's see how it goes. Yeah, nice. They got before, but I think the attrition was decent. Let's see. Lost 6 bear clan, 1 cub warrior. I'd rather have lost the cub warrior, so maybe they can be even more in the front. But then if they're even more in the front, they'll rout very fast. Here on the Holy See, we have our meteorite guard. We managed to get 14 merman, and we're putting the meteorite guard in front because their combat speed is very low, only 5 compared to the 10 combat speed. We're going up against 30 or so Ictids, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, the merman got way before. They could have been much more in the back. Oh, that's okay. So we lost 8 mermen, but they retreated, and only 1 meteorite guard. Now here on the Sea of Karasos, we have been recruiting our Ictids, and we also had well, it's not mermen, it's turtle warriors, which are better. They have a nice shield, a nice helmet. Well, nice, average, I would say. Much better than zero protection. And doing the offset with the same idea that the slower troops go in front, combat speed 6 only on the Ictids, and the faster troops go a little further on the back. I think these guys, yeah, since they're also, are they also mermen? What I didn't take in consideration on the other lake battle is that on their some of these units change form when they're underwater, and they get much faster. So if you judge but by what you're seeing, their combat speed on the ground, you're not really making a good judgment. But this is the script. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, combat speed 20. So this was the issue here. Really should have checked on the mod inspector. Then I wouldn't have this problem of them going way in the front. Yeah, they're getting surrounded, so they'll get completely massacred. Not a big deal. What we wanted mostly is the province. We don't want these units long term, but any attrition you can save is good. And it's looking like we're going to win this. Oops. And they chase too, which is nice. We can finish these guys off. Yeah, we end up losing a lot to poison. Bloody battle. Lost almost all turtle warriors. 13 of our 36 Ictids, but we take out the turtle tribe. On turn 16, we finally start building our palisades here, but since we have 4 recruit mages, we can already start getting some apprentices. Had saved money, so on the capital, just an apprentice with our command points, and keep pumping out the Nidavangrs. We are just backfilling now. This province here on the south in the corner, and but we're gonna have to prepare to deal with the the huge troll raider with his adventuring party here. Um, Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say for a moment. When you lose to indies, what I find is important is that you take it back as fast as you can. I couldn't take this right away because we're gonna need a bigger army or a lot of mages, and but at the same time it's harder for anyone to just swoop in and take it. But if you lose to indies and leave to a side, that can generate an idea that it wasn't yours to begin with, or people may forget or pretend that they forgot that it was yours. So also you don't want to show weakness to your neighbors. So you should get back provinces you lose as fast as possible. Here in Summer Edge, we have a lot of stuff left over, and we're gonna keep them around for taking out the troll mage there. So we have some archers, the meteorite guard, and since it's on the land, I think I can judge much better how they'll make contact. Yeah, the cub warriors are in front. They're not slow, but I don't mind losing them. So, but also they're up here, so they're not. They might not make contact. The way the squads are placed is a little bit random, so uh, they can be on the top, on the bottom. But yeah, the crow clans don't need with this type of script. They don't need anybody in front of them because the with attack closest, the melee units will just converge to the center, and nobody will get to the crow clan. I think here the bear clan's a little bit more behind, so we should get as close to everybody making contact at the same time as possible. And let's see how it goes. I'd said so much about this script, but there's very little here, so it really doesn't matter, to be quite honest. But yeah, it worked out. The Bear Clan were ahead, but they got different squads, so the contact was pretty good. Here's the tally. We lost 3 Bear Clan, 1 Cub Warrior, but we had a lot, so this was very, very easy. We are finally recruiting our Crow Clan mages. And one of the thrones was claimed, let's see, Thrones of Ascension, Throne of Secrets, Throne of Gaia. There is, yeah, I don't know which throne causes this. I think it's the Throne of Gaia. And now we're getting attacked by a lot of indies. So even though expansion is basically ended, we still have this PvE experience here in Dominions. We're gonna have to deal with this. Lost this province. This was also ours. And we just have some earth elementals here. Very annoying, not hard, but you don't know where they're coming from. They catch you by surprise. Here, I think it was earth elementals too, but and earth gnomes. Yeah, earth gnomes. But it was just one earth elemental, and our barbarians dispatched them. Yoink. Cool. Now we are preparing, we're bringing our stuff back from the caves. We got all the caves, which was very nice before Solaria did, because they could have come in through there. And we're converging some units here to take care of these indies. We are converging some units here to take care of the Troll Raider. And this is one instance where the foreign recruit shines, because wherever we have a few resources, we can get some of our bear clan. So we're getting a few bear clan here, we're getting a few bear clan here, and a few bear clan here. And as long as you can move a commander, you can then pick them all up and send them to the same battle. And we have good movement on our commanders, so that should be nice. Turn 18. So you see, this is what we're talking about, right? The move with the snow move, with the mountain survival, the forest survival, and a high map move to start with on our mages and some of your units. It's so good that they can be spread out in an area, and you can converge everything where you need if you consider it beforehand. And that's what we're doing here. We have, where is he? He's not here. I thought I was bringing the Holy 2 I got from the event. But here we go. Meteorite, they're so slow. I just put them on the back because I know that that adventuring party has one of the guys riding a griffin, and they have a very high damage magic weapon, Meteorite Triton, that should help if they get into my commanders here. We have enough bear clan that I split them into two groups. There are smaller squads here that are coming from different provinces. Nidbatad's coming from different provinces. I put on the middle, and we have a few archers too, because they're left over. And I want them even farther behind. And let's see what we're doing with our mages. Gift of Cheated Fate. We probably don't have Body Ethereal yet, but Body Ethereal will probably not even be worth it here because they have magic weapons, I think. Enlarge, not the best, because we're gonna lose attack density, but at least we'll get more HP, we'll get more strength, so our attacks will hit harder, which is important. Our Scalp Prophet is there too. Moss Body, this is a very helpful spell. It will negate the first attack. And we more Cheated Fate. We have some undead spam with our that one mages. And let's see how it goes. Let's look at the party here. So we got a Troll Archer, Bogus the Troll Raider. This is the hardest one. Very high protection. Berserk 5. Fear, regeneration 10%. He has a life drain on his weapon. More fear on the helmet. Greenstone armor, so not that we're using acid anyway. Pressure, Precious giving him even more strength and attack skill. So attack skill 17, 44 damage, slashing, lifesteal weapon. I don't know if the flying guy didn't come this time, but I really didn't need to put my meteorite card in the back. No, it's nice to preserve them anyway because I can get them. There are a lot of items here I would really want. The rainbow armor is good. The braces of protection, the rune smasher. On the warrior mage here, we have the troll mage. Oh man, I would like to be able to enslave them and gift of reason them so much. Having a glamour 3 mage that's a very strong troll with regeneration would be very cool. This is the ice pebble staff too. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Moss body being applied. Cheat fate. Yeah, the AI scripting for mage is not great. It's just spamming Phantasmal Wolves. Yeah, well, it did a lot of damage there. What happened? He's paralyzed. That's great. I think that's from our smite. Yeah, and that paralyzed drops his defense to 0. We still have to get through the protection, which is even higher due to the berserk. But this, since we have high damage, this will allow us to kill. And while our nids are taking care of him, oh, he's dead. Our bear clan is already back here. Paralyzed again. Excellent. I want to obviously kill as many of them as possible because I want to have more chances of getting the items. Good that I have so many commanders too, because that increases the chance that you'll get the items. But here we have to get through the glamour, and they already got routed. And their combat speed's 14, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to get them. This guy's not routed, so it wasn't a complete route on their part. But yeah, with only quote-unquote 22 protection. There's also Ethereal unlucky. We should be able to kill him. Yeah, now he routed. Routed and paralyzed. Still regenerating though, so if your units don't do damage, they're very hard to kill. No, it's good to have Bear Clan and the Bethats for this. Yeah, we're gonna get through. So we only lost 8 Bear Clan and 1 Nidbathet. This is a very nice result for this difficult event early in the game. What we got? We got the Greenstone Armor, the Precious, the Rune Smasher, the Rainbow Armor, the Braces of Protection, the Faithful, True Shot Longbow, Star Armors, and a catch. All good stuff. The Longbow is not that useful, but you can give to a commander that would do nothing otherwise. But yeah, so it's an event that's hard to deal with, but at least even if you don't enslave them, you get the chance of getting these good items. We are taking the units that are coming back from the underground to take care of these earth elementals and earth gnomes here. Probably shouldn't even have brought the archers because they're not necessary. They'll probably do more friendly fire to our low protection Nidbetheds than anything. Uh, I don't like to use squads of 4 because they already start with a morale penalty, but since they're berserk, it might mitigate that. This is the script. Let's see how it goes. The high damage on the Nidbetheds takes care of that very quick. Clean, we don't lose anyone. Now to take care of this throne event, 47 units, Vineman, Vine Ogres, huge Ivy King. We are bringing some stuff left over, and we recruited more Bakemono. Again, they're not great units, but they're so cheap when you are able to recruit them in the mountains. That's worth it. Now we lost the mountains that that had the Bakemono recruitment, and oops, I think it was like this. And the Bakemono, at least they have a nice length for Yari with a good attack, and they're going to have very high attack density at 5 per square with so they're size 2. The Cub Warriors are again are bad units, but cheap, and they kill bad units too. And they have some advantages over a militia because they have a little bit more strength and a lot of damage on their acts, above average damage, let's say. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, this was well calculated. They made contact at the same time. Yeah, the Vinyl Ogres have 2 okay attacks, but they're only 1 per square, so the attack density should be very nice. The cowardly Bakemono shows are running away, but they already did enough that, and we're flanking over here with the bear cubs, that it should be enough. So with units that are of average like this, you just really need numbers. And this guy is casting Creeping Doom or Swarm and animate trees, but they just got in the back. And now they're dissolving because they're magic beings and don't have magic leadership. The Butcher's Ledger lost 14 Bakemono shows, but they retreated, so probably more. 18 Cub Warriors, that's what they're there to do. But they did cool. And 8 Ichthyid Warriors, and we got our province back. Here on turn 18, we have this nice province with a lot of resources and a gold mine that with decent population too, that's close to Calum and Asphodel, so it's a good place to if you can afford it to put a castle. It's going to project power in this region. I would like to have gotten to this throne province before Calum, but I didn't. The throne situation is really bad for me, and this is already dictating that I'm playing this for the long term because um, there's no way I can rush for thrones, right? We need 14 ascension points, and there's only level 2 thrones, so we need 7 thrones. We didn't get this one that's close to us. This one's contested, and we have this province here that we bought from Pythium that we could attack it from, but it's like it's going to be surrounded by Machaca, surrounded by other enemies or other neighbors, I should say. So we wouldn't, let's say, have a good claim to it, even though we technically can get it. Um, and the other thrones, they're spread out. They're a bit clustered. For example, between Agartha and Asphodel here, there are two of them next to each other, but that's just the way they spawned in this map, and I'm gonna have to play the map. Um, but yeah, we were able to start our palisades here. We had a little bit more money because our Cloakran is for recruitment points, which means with our castle, we recruit one every 2 turns. So we didn't spend money recruiting a commander from the capital here. Um, and we're going to want to tempo and lab this as soon as possible to get more mages. Here, Agartha tried to take this throne, and I looked at this battle earlier, and I think the problem was he couldn't bless all his units, all his shard guard, and he had these two Earth Readers here casting Blessing, but there's a lot of archers here, and yeah, this guy's not blessed, for example. I wish you could see which ones are blessed visually, like you can with Blood Surge. But yeah, one is already gone. One of the Earth Readers already gone from Archer Fire. And the others go. So they still have a commander. There's a commander here, right? Yeah, a troglodyte trainer. So they didn't rout, but it's very unfortunate. They are surrounded. The illusions are hard for non-magic weapon units to get through, and only the shard guards have magic weapons. These defenders don't. And the shard guards are blocking each other. So very unfortunate. Well, you could say it's going to be much easier because as for squads, it's only the commanders now and the archers. The others retreated too, but that's a painful loss for Agartha. Look at this. Lost almost everything. Well, only 13 of the shard guard, but they retreated, so he lost even more. Turn 19. So we just, from the last events, we just have these earth elementals to get. It's not even worth showing the battle. We just send 13 sacreds there, led by our bishop. This is, you get this from an event where you lose 2 dominion. And when there is Ubar or Naba in play, and it's very nice for me because it's a need here. What is the name of the commander? Let's check. Yeah, the need here's, even though they're priests and can bless your units, they only have 15 leadership. They have inspirational, so the morale is going to be the same, but you're not going to be able to do line formations. And also, what's good about the bishop general here is his holy 2, not 1, which means he can bless and cast Sermon of Courage, which is useful. And we're consolidating our troops over here. I recruited some Zots. I can't remember a specific reason, but one of the things I like to do, which is probably a mistake a lot of the times, is have a lot of different, not just a variety of units just for the sake of it, but the different threats that your enemy has to deal with, right? Um, so when they're fighting you, they have to prepare for archers. They have to prepare for berserking high damage units. They have to prepare for somebody jumping in the back, and that might catch them off guard. Um, I'm recruiting an apprentice in the capital. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't spending so much money because there's a palisade being built here, which I had already started. It wasn't this turn. There's a palisade being built here. Um, but what I think happened, I lost so much to Indies that I had to recapture that I thought it was important to do a round of checking if I have the tiers I use for defense are 6 because 6 already eliminates a chunk of events that you could lose your province to. 21 eliminates a lot of them. So ideally, I would like to have 21 whenever I have a lab, because even though there are 300 for my nation, I don't want to lose them after investing in them. And yeah, so it's 10 or 8, and 10 takes care of a middle amount of events. So and it's not only that, when you do get attacked like I did from the earth elementals from the throne events, you can actually win the battle with the PD. So I don't think it's a bad idea to stop once in a while when you're finished expansion and just put in how much you think you need in every province. And then when you build a temple or a fortification, put it up to 21. Here we just have temples. We're not going to build a fortification here. We have a laboratory and a temple, and we're getting Jaguar Tribe trying to fish for cross paths we don't have. Is it worth it? Not really, maybe, because it's only 10%. And it might one fourth of those 10%, it's stuff that I already have, like well, I don't have Astro Nature yet, so that would be nice. And that's a nice cross path for crafting. But I do have Nature Water. So I'm really only hoping for Blood or Fire. And so the chance is very low. They have enough researchers. And so they research 6, while my Seed Branders research 8. They also have enough researchers, but they're much cheaper. They're not priests, but do I need priests? I don't know. That's the choice I made. We want to start Palisades here, but we didn't yet. We didn't have the money because we were doing that review of our province defense. And this is a nice province with good income. The income is probably higher, but it's, well, it's only 6 in rice. I don't know why the income should be higher with the farmland with a 15,000 population. But yeah, this is a good place to defend from our neighbors, also in the corn. Another thing I found is that since we're having good relations with Asphodel, again, I wanted to fight them early, but the Diplo was such that I preferred to join a war against Pythium. And it was so nice. He sent me 300 because he was putting up temples and he was worried that I would get mad about the pop kill. But I'm putting up temples. I already have a temple here. I already have a temple here. My dominion spreading nicely. I'm already moving stuff here, probably to put a temple. Yeah, my wolf clan here can put up a temple. So I'm just giving this 300 back next turn. Turn 20. Well, I think I'm going to title this video The Independents Declare War on Me or something, because now we have a vampire count that decided to take over my nice Zot province underground. I would love to enslave him, but I'm not prepared to do this at this point. Of course, he kills my PD with vampires. So I'm not at war yet, but I'm happy that I didn't have to go to war early, because I'm like here. Of course, we kill the earth elementals with the sacreds. There's no need to analyze anything about it. Reminder on our bless though, we have fire resistance, undying 10, righteous wrath, spirit sight, and unbreakable affliction resistance 3. But yeah, they make short work of the elementals with their high damage. and high attack. But yeah, now we're bringing some of our stuff. Well, at least it's good that we have Zots that have dark vision. We have Bakemono that have dark vision. Our sacreds, of course, have dark vision. So this is everybody here can see in the dark. Yeah, the sacreds have a spirit sight, but that counts. Didn't start the fortification here yet. What are we recruiting? Still seed apprentices. Didn't put the temple up. I honestly don't know what I'm doing with all this money. Am I recruiting anywhere? No, no idea. Well, I'm getting mages from the labs I already have. So yeah, here I put up a lab, and yeah, I'm building a temple. So yeah, there's that. I estimate that these palisades are not going to be built when I'm at war with Pythium, which I'm planning to do. I'm planning to end my nap, or have I have already ended? I don't remember. But in any case, well, let's see. No, no messages. I'm gonna send the units. I don't have anything else to do through here. I think I'm consolidating my aquatic units in the Sea of Karasos so I can attack from this vector here. So when we do go to war, I'll have the vector from Irimi here and the Sea of Karasos, and he will have a lot more to defend. We have also heretics that we have to take care of. It's just a site search. But yeah, normally heretics, if I don't have units close to patrol, I just like to raise the PD because I would like to have high PD anyway to protect my temples. But yeah, the war of the independence against Nidavangr continues. Turn 21, we're just following up on our plans. Unfortunately, still wasn't able to recruit Crow Clan this turn, but getting our sacreds. We're doing, yeah, I think this is the idea, right? Because I now remember, since we don't want a single candle of the Asphodel Pop Kill Dominion entering our lands, I'm doing a line of temples on the border. And since wherever I have temples, if I build a lab, I can do my foreign recruit like I'm doing here. Um, Whenever I build a lab, I also build a temple. And when I build a temple, I want to have more PD, although here I don't have yet. So this is my idea. I'm sort of sealing this border from invasion of Asphodel Dominion, which can get really out of hand. I expect. Um, Also, what's notable here is that we have been recruiting scouts, and like I said, we're clearing the fog of war. Also, moving them to check on every province of Pythium we border because we plan to go on war with them. I want to keep looking at Asphodel too, but it's gonna be it's gonna be very hard. And I lost a scout here because he has all of this shaft that he gets for free that he has nothing to do with in every province, and it just puts it on a patrol and it always gets my scout. So it's really sad that we will have be able to have vision in our neighbors. Not that the ones that I'm comfortable with our relationship probably don't need many scouts, but we don't even have the option of scouting as Fidel with scouts. I got my first Crowclan Mage, and it was a death war. And I sent them to site search right away. The idea was, since I was gonna go to war with Bithium, Would probably not want him site searching at the same time that the war was happening because something could happen to him. So I'm starting to site search from this corner, and we'll do a circle that is gonna turn into like a snail and converge on the provinces near my capital. One other point, we have evidence that it was worth putting PD. For example, here we're building the palisade, and our 21 PD with barbs in this province was able to deal very easily with the 3 earth elementals and 2 earth gnomes. No problem. Here, where we have a temple that we invested in and don't want to lose, we also had 21 PD, and we were able to patrol out with the PD and then kill 2 monster boars using our Jaguar tribe indies. In terms of research, our research is very poor. I start site searching earlier. I think in my following games I will make a few changes because I'm always behind the research and it's very dangerous. I'm not getting rushed in this game, so my long-term play is paying out for now. But it's not good because there's no point of you preparing for the long term if you don't get there, right? So some of the research choices don't give me a lot, like the 2 points in enchantment didn't give me anything. I should have got into construction earlier, I think. Um, and like I'm already researching, site searching water and nature in the line where I'm building my temples next to the Asphodel border. I'm already researching Astro 3, sorry, site searching Astro 3 and that 4 and some air with my first Scroll Clan mage, but he has a lot of research. Maybe shouldn't be doing that. It's hard to find the right balance. That's it. I thought we would get to the war with Pythian in this episode, but that will be for the next. We did have the war against the Indies, and we took care of it. We ended up with a nice expansion. See you.